Hi guys, Megan here, and today I'm talking about clinics up in hospitals and what the system is that diabetics go through. Yeah. So the first thing you do after you check in and you're sitting down and you're waiting is you go into these nurses and they check your HbA1c, which I'm talking about in another video soon, um, your weight and your height and your blood pressure. So your obviously you take off your shoes, jacket, just your shoes and your jacket or bracelets or anything that's like any jewellery that's heavy, and you stand up on the weighing scales and they wait for it to cut off an exact number and write it down. Then they go over and check your height, so your shoes will still be off, your jacket can come back on, and they have it up against the wall and they pull down a thing so that it'll reach your head and that you get the accurate reading for your height. Then they'll go and they'll prick your finger, and then there'll be a little tube that they put the blood into and put it in to a machine. What the HbA1c does, when I will be explaining it in another video, it has your average blood count. Like, so if you were normal, as in 5.6 to 7.5 throughout a course of 3 months, it'll be between 6 and 8% is what they look for. If it's above 9, it's because your bloods are over 12 usually. So at the moment where I am is 7.5 in and around there, so I'm in a good position with that. Then the next thing they do is they'll get you blood pressure, so that you sit down, take off a jacket if you have one on you, and then they'll wrap the thing around your arm and they'll put the uh, clipper thing on your finger, and you have to stay still as you usually do, and it'll bring up your blood pressure. Then the next thing you do is you go back out and wait, and then you go and you see the diabetic nurses. What the diabetic nurses do is they go through the the ratios, the basal rates like I showed in the last time, and they check the sites of where you're putting either the pump cannulas, which I showed you in the set changes, or the insulin pen, wherever that goes into. So the main areas for them are the belly, thighs, bum and arms, and they check there, but I usually only have it in my stomach, so they'll only check my stomach. Um, Next thing that they'll do is they'll send you into the dietitian, and the dietitian will go through what you're eating, so what you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and if you have any snacks, and how your carb counting is, and they go through all that. Then you go back out and you wait again, and then you go into the doctor who looks over what the nurses have changed, and if the dietitian has changed anything like the basal or the ratios, they'll go through that and say that's fine. Or if it's not, they'll say actually put it up another 0.2 5 units or something on the basal rates, and they'll book you in for 3 months later to go for your next clinic so that you can do it all over again. Every year, so around my birthday, so in July, I have to get insulin or blood taken. So you have to go to the lab where they take the blood and put in the needle into your arm around here, just above where your elbow is on the other side, and they, as if they were taking blood for anything, and they have to make sure they test me for thyroid and um something else beginning with C. I'm not sure if I don't think it's celiac. It's something that is prone from when you have diabetes that you could get. Um, I'm not sure what it's called, but I know they test me for all sorts of things. Um, so that when they do that, they send it to the lab, and then you'll find out the next time you go. So once you book in for the 3 months later, you'll find out if everything's positive or everything's negative. And for me, so far it's all been negative, thank God. I don't have any thyroids or anything like that. If the doctor is happy with you, all well and good. I'd be delighted anyways. Yeah, so that's basically what happens at a clinic every time you go up. So next week, I know I'm talking about another blood testing kit. It's ketones. I'll go through it. It's not like the bloods monitor that I showed you the last time. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.